cave. I don't mean to... They need all the... Quick look. Seen enough?
You need anything, you just ask. We might not have your uncle's resources, but resourcefulness, we've got in spades.
What will it be today? What is it that you wish to learn? Study it well, Clive. I have the details here. Thus ends today's lesson.
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them. It's a wonder they can still walk.
Come back.
Don't tell me we've run out of peppy on nuts and all.
These days.
What do you expect? The farmers are abandoned. I will not forget this kindness, my lord. I shall go to Respawn, but as soon as the rebuilding...
There's no way of knowing if Doris will confide in me. But I can speak to her at least.
What do I owe the honour? Look, I said I'll go, and I will. Zoltan will have turned the old of Dravoj. What do you want? Should last you a good while. Anything else?
Have you tried Molly's lemon tarts? I've never had anything so delicious.
Canva lost? It can't be true. Miss, can we read Miss Editor's story for our lesson today?
What a wonderful idea, Jocelyn. Let's do just that.
With Canva in the hands of Akashic, we'll need to find an...
Ah, Sid. Just the man I was hoping to see. Did you have a mo?
Don't tell me.
It's got a revert. Let's try.
If it's for the... So,
You've got a couple of examples.
or fallen. So this smelter is similar to the...
That's right. And what's more, we've collected...
So you want me to...
That's it. But only there's one and another.
Or...
Build it.
Where are you?
Can I help you, Sid?
I'm looking for Doris.
I'm afraid not. She's at my job, actually. When she heard what the mission was, she insisted on...
Did she?
Following it. Once they'd settled in, the bearers you helped liberate in the Dragon's Eyrie were keen to talk about their imprisonment and about their captor.
The slaver Cole's team were tracking when they were attacked by the beastmen. I'll go and find her.
If she's not moved on...
Why would Doris insist on going alone? Maybe Cole was right to be worried. What's happened? Guards at the gate.
Ah, Clive. You'll be...
That is good news.
Yes. Comrade, but I still have much and more to prepare. It's a huge You couldn't do me a quick favor.
What is it this time?
Nothing like that. I just need you to go over to the caravans and ask Elle how long we have until the bear. Find out exactly how much faster I need to get all these...
All right.
Thanks, Clive.
Don't blame yourself, Elle. This is their fault, not yours.
I know, but...
No buts about it, all right?
Is something wrong?
Vonnie came to give me a message from our intermediary. The talks with the Republican Army have fallen through. They've reached an agreement with the Silver Peak Consortium instead. Though prices have fallen of late, we deliberately offered above the going rate to try and deter other bidders. But the Consortium offered double what we did.
And you had no opportunity to make a counteroffer?
None at all.
Elle? What? I saw Vonnie leaving.
And with good
But I thought we were the only ones the Fist was speaking to about the bearers. How did the Consortium even find out about this?
It's not so surprising. They have ears. This isn't over. The Consortium will have to sell these bearers eventually. And at the price they paid, buyers will be few and far. I'm going to Randalar
Alone?
Are you offering to be my... How kind. Meet me at the check. You go to Cap. Even if I failed,
Well, it looks like we're meeting... She'll never join.
You have to...
You're right. And if Elle... So I'll... You go...
All right. To Randalar, then. And better not... Eloise waiting.
What I wouldn't give for a hot meal.
we had anything to give.
When are they gonna let us through?
Ready, girl? Run like the wind. Time to fight. Straight home now. I hope I didn't keep you waiting. Did you arrange to speak with the Consortium?
Here they are now.
You wish to consult with me?
I did. It's about the bearers you recently purchased from the Fist. We had all but finished making arrangements to buy them ourselves, and then you stepped into the fray.
You misunderstand. The Consortium had an interest in purchasing them from the very first. It was only our regard for you that kept us from bidding. But your hesitancy in accepting our offer to you suggested that the regard was not mutual. And so we resumed our business.
I did not hesitate. I am simply not inclined to make such decisions without first giving them due consideration. But what is done is done. Come.
Alas, you are too late. We rarely take on such unconventional merchant. The bearers belong to him now.
Who is your buyer?
A trader from across... A most demanding fellow, if it's any... He insisted the bearers be fed, dressed, even given their own bunks for the voyage over. That's what you get when you deal with continental types.
I wouldn't know.
Oh yes, the culture on the continent is quite different to ours. They pay good money for bearers not fit for the knacker's yard, and treat them like kings. But as long as they pay...
That does sound no matter then. If they've already left our shores, there's little that can be done. And with it, my interest in joining...
My associates will be sorry to...
I'm sorry you weren't able to save them.
As am I. He was right. The Silver Peak Consortium did intend to... Their representative hinted at a possible purchase. I feigned interest in joining them in the hope he might be encouraged to tell me more. As soon as he left, I sent my own offer.
So you know...
No. I entertained the Consortium's proposal solely so I could learn more about those bearers. But I was a fool to think they wouldn't find out.
You tried.
I did. But they deserve... I wanted...
Eloise! Word from Cashlock. A pack of beasts have come down from the Mount. Theo and the others are trying to hold them off. They need...
Theo...
I'll go on it.
Thank you. I'll go...
Hold on. Come on. Run like the wind. That'll do, girl. Where's Theodore?
Upriver!
He led the dragon that way to keep it from the village, but the whole area's flooded with ether.
We just have to pray he makes it out in one piece.
I can do better than that. Torgal, with me. Where are you, Theo? Damn it. It's too thick. These creatures have already turned. waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does. Looks like it's found me. This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy. Clive? Theodore, you had me worried for... We have to get you out of here.
I think it might be a little too late for that. Bearer or no, there's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave.
You have my thanks, Cid, for finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream.
Theodore!
Don't make me do this.
Stop it, Theo! Stop!
Stay back, Eloise! He's turned. And so will you!
Elle.
Theodore.
Take care of my sister.
Theodore. Wait.
Goodbye, Elle.
Thank you, Clive. I think I'll be all right now.
That was true bravery he showed. Leading the dragon away from the village like that. His first instinct was always to protect people. To put others' well-being before his own.
And now he's gone. Because I sent him to that place, against his will.
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own. So that you would finally be free to live your own life.
To live my own life? He never could come to terms with the choice I made.
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first bearer you ever helped.
We grew up in Canva. We were born to one of the great trading houses. And I was chosen to inherit the family business. I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo did not. While I studied the art of commerce, he played at soldiers instead. A late bloomer, in more ways than one. For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his 15th summer that his powers awakened. My parents tried to drive him out of the house and into the care of the constables. But before they could, I took him into mine.
Theo told me something else. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of freeing others like him from slavery. But he said you deserved a better life than this. He wanted to free you from what he called your bonds, just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had not wondered from time to time how much easier my life and devoted myself. But I have never regretted. I only had to look at him. He was never a burden. If anything, I was the one who weighed him down.
You weren't, Eloise. He said it himself, that he had always been grateful to you for saving him, and that he wanted to repay you by letting you live the life you were denied. Neither you nor Theo weighed each other down. You loved one another. You did whatever was necessary to continue living your lives together, and you always would have.
You're right. It was so weak. Oh, Theo. I know Theo wanted me to move on, but I'm staying here at the crypt. We can make a difference. I need nothing, so I'll carry on doing what we're bringing smiles and to Theo. This is the life I have.
I've made a choice to continue helping you however I can.
Thank you, Claire. Let's go on.
Eloise isn't the type to give up.
Maybe not. She'll still
What's
need our
happened?
support.
Let's go.
Yeah!
I'll need to deal with these ones first.
Yeah.
Now to find this spherical echo. This is it. Right.
Everything's back the way it was. I don't know how.
Take that, you naughty thief!
Clive! To what do I owe the pleasure?
I just wanted to see how the town's been.
Since all is absolutely wonderful. Conrad and Natalie's hands remain safely away from each other's throats and firmly at the helm. Our stores are full, and the bandits still too disorganized to raid them. Just
Are you a lord? Lube, they're going to make him the Lord of Dalamil.
It's the mayor of Dalamil, dear child. But if the people wish me to lead them, I shall. And my first act will be to build a school. Speaking of menaces, there may be a rather worrying one just over the horizon.
May there indeed.
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set in putting aside their differences and presenting a united front might have caught the bandits' attention. And they might have elected to take a similar approach. They have formed what one could call a League of Outlaws, and they grow more organized by the day.
But we'll fight them all off just like last time, no matter how many of them there are. Won't we, Lubor?
Of course we. The longer we avoid face our bet life.
How could I?
Vic, I have him stationed by the.
I'll go.
What's the difference between a lord and a mayor?
That's easy. One of them swings a sword, the other forges them.
A League of Outlaws. Sounds like we have some competition. Still in Dalamil, Victor?
Ah, Sid.
I thought you'd have returned to...
I did. I've developed something, having worked so hard to see it saved from one sentiment, Master...
You're not the...
What is...
He asked for my aid in putting down, and he said that you might be able to help.
Then you've come at just the right time. I was on my way. There are more camps in the vicinity than we can safely strike at once. But we must strike together, and we must strike soon, at as many camps as we can. We can't give this league of theirs time to rally its forces.
All right.
There's one upriver.
Leave it with me. Good girl.
Those ne'er-do-wells with the band.
That must be the camp Victor mentioned. Come on then, Toggle.
That's him! The one who killed Locke and Fingers! Take his head off!
It's over!
I'd better let Victor know.
Sid, where are you? Ah, I see.
No, but...
No.
What is it?
The whole town is saying that Lubor...
What?
Seems that one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have been. They let one of the bandits escape. Some of the children spotted him, and when Lubor felled him, and without a crystal.
But that's not possible.
It is, if he's a bearer and has been hiding it all these years. If he has, well, I wouldn't blame him. No man is bright still. All those people see is a man who's lied to them all his life. One who has made a leader of himself when the world believed he should have been a slave.
Fuck.
I don't know where we go from here, but I know one thing.
You're right.
And now I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such... Well, it was...
We're sorry, Lubor, but we just...
There's nothing to be sorry for. All that matters to me...
Look at him talking to... All lies, I'll wager. Just...
Once people make up their minds, we need to do something. Convince the people not to let their prejudices blind them. Convince them that nothing has changed.
You're right.
I'm glad I'm a Dalmek born and bred. They listen to me. You head to the tap. Make Conrad and Natalie. They know that Lubor and I are friends. I might not make for the most impartial. Lord Underhill of Randalar's League of Merchants, however, is a trusted...
I'll do what I can. Lubor, I can't promise anything.
And that...
Why are you taking the bearer's side?
Why do they always have to make such a fuss outside?
Knew all along that he was...
Forgive me for disturbing you, but... Could I have a moment of your time?
I've seen your face before.
As have I. Lord Underhill, wasn't it? Of the League of Merchants.
That's right. I wanted to speak to you about Lubor.
The rumors that he's a bearer. All true, I'm afraid.
He'll never be mayor now. Not if I have anything to do with it.
But what of his wares? Bearer or no, his steel is highly valued throughout the Republic. In this at least he's done the town a service. Might that not earn him a little leniency?
Leniency? He pretended to be one of us when he was laughing behind our backs all the while.
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied to us. He lied to you.
So what do you propose?
Perhaps. And they will thank you.
The townsfolk have made their minds up.
Nor I.
You never know. Once their anger is cooled, they might see things different.
All right.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side?
I assume the situation is hopeless?
There's still hope.
But perhaps not in this lifetime, I think it's fair to say.
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. Give them time. They'll come around. We'll talk some sense into them in the end, you'll see.
No, you won't. And your efforts would be better spent elsewhere.
But Lubor...
Rosina would often tell me that steel does not lie, that a blade is a reflection of the smith who forged it. To yourself be true, that was her point. Rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with a blade of her own making. But I do not doubt that she was always true to herself and what she believed in, right to the end. And so must I be. I must do what I know to be right, no matter what others might think of me. And now, I must embrace my new role of villain so that the people of Dalamil have something to unite against. For only united can they hope to stand against the threat that awaits them. I'll need to make a suitably dramatic exit, of course.
Don't go, Lubor. We'll be all alone.
Trust me, little ones. It is for the best that I go.
How could it possibly be for the least you can do is give the townspeople a chance to...
I would not take it, Victor.
Over. And so just like that, you're going to throw the... I thought you were better, but it seems you...
Victor.
Forget it.
You sure you're making the right choice, Luke?
Of those available to me, but where are my manners? Right then. I have packing
If there's anything I can do...
I'll...
The bearer of the burning quill is within, my lord. Will he enter?
Lord Rosfield, is there aught the Undying might assist you with this day?
Perhaps. My brother said that your order was helping him with his quest to uncover Ultima's origins. Have you learned anything of note since last we spoke?
Little unless, I regret to report.
I see.
Be assured, however, that we will not rest until the truth is known. Even now, our archaeologians scour ruins in every corner of the realm.
Fallen ruins, I take it.
Indeed. Ultima's thralls are oft sighted among the remnants of the fallen civilization, as if protecting the secrets concealed within.
Secrets we'd see unearthed.
Should our methods be of interest, my lord, mayhap it would please you to observe.
Would that be possible?
Of course. As perchance you are familiar with Kretov. I was due to visit my colleagues there to collect their... if you would consent to do so in my stead. I'm sure that they...
All right.
They will be... Might I suggest you take the road? It will lead you straight to the village.
Thank you.
I wish you a safe journey.
A village built around an airship. Sounds like another lost wing. I hope the inhabitants are just as friendly. Time to fight. Kicked out already?
No.
Why the gate?
Chief's orders. Not that I'd have let you in anyway. I suggest you go home.
That's what I'm trying to... Ain't changed a bit, have you, Snotty?
No.
Long time no see, eh?
What the hell are you doing here?
Well, it was meant to be a surprise, but since you are so nicely... I'm here to see Zoltan, you fucking numbskull. Now let us through.
All right. Just... don't go starting anything with the chief.
Yeah, I promise I won't throw the first punch. That good enough for you?
Go on then.
Much obliged.
So this is Dravosht. Not much going on, is there?
It's a smithing town. When I was a lad, you'd have to shout to be heard over the sound of hammer on anvil. Clive, you're good with people.
Hey, you ain't...
There's a river of bad blood between... But if someone can build me a bridge...
All right.
I appreciate it'll be near the forge on the hill. It was at...
Forge on the hill.
Good luck.
But if we can't fire the forges, how are we going to earn our keep?
Shut your hole. The chief will think of something.
Good day. Thank you. Go safely now.
Never in all my long years have things been as bad as they are now. Without magic to feed the furnace.
Sorry, but if none of you lot can smell ore anymore, we're gonna have to start looking for new clients.
Isn't there anything we can do to help? It doesn't seem fair, the menfolk having to deal with all this.
Mama, why hasn't Papa come back yet?
He's helping the chief with something very important. You go back inside now.
Should be enough to last us a few moons, at least.
That's my obituary written then.
Hotter! Hotter, damn it! Those... miserable flames wouldn't melt butter, let alone iron.
Pardon the intrusion. I'm looking for the chief.
That'd be me.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'll bet it is. Keep the gates closed, I tell him. Well done, Snotty. You're not welcome here. Get out. Before things turn nasty.
Blackthorn's here.
What did you say?
He's traveled a long way to see you.
Yes, has he?
He's waiting. Down by the gates.
Then I suggest you take him with you when you leave.
Didn't you apprentice together?
So what if we did? Fuck! We're getting nowhere! These bearers' flames are next to bloody useless!
We're never going to be able to fire up the forges unless we can find some new crystals.
I'm a busy man, as you can see, so do me a favor and piss off. Oh, and if you're struggling to find your way out, ask Blackthorn. That prick knows exactly where the exit is. He's not wanted here. And neither are you.
All right. I'm going.
Please, Chief, you've got to do something.
It's no use. The flames just aren't hot enough. I suppose we could try working copper instead, if we had the ore.
I thought I'd made myself clear. Piss off.
Should be enough to last us a few moons, at least.
Mama, why hasn't Papa come back yet?
He's helping the Chief with something very important.
But if we can't fire the forges, how are we gonna...
Let me guess. Zoltan told you to piss off.
As a personal favor to him, yes.
Well, at least he didn't beat about the bush.
There'll be no talking him round. Not after what I did.
Which is what exactly? If we're to help, we need to know. What turned the village against you?
I left. Dravozd. Zoltan. The burden of leadership our dying master dropped in our laps. All of it. There are two kinds of smiths in this world, you see. My kind, who are in it for the love of the craft, who labour on a single piece from dawn to dusk to get it just right. And the other kind, who are in it for different reasons. People like Zoltan, whose work is quick and cheap. The kind of smiths who shit out a few hundred blades, reap the profit, and divvy it out among themselves. There wasn't a single day we weren't at each other's throats. And bit by bit, people started taking sides. You would have torn Dravozd in half had it gone on.
You didn't have to do that.
Zoltan's a bad chief than I. His way of doing things kept food on people's tables. Dravozd prospered without me and my lofty ideals getting in the road. Until the crystals run out at any rate. Without magic to fire the furnaces, this place is as good as dead.
It depends on how you look at it, though. There's got to be other ways of making fire. We manage it in the Deadlands.
Thanks to Sid's ingenuity, yeah. He saw all of this coming. Knew crystals were the problem, not the solution. And spent years coming up with ways of doing without.
You know what I mean, though, right? What I'm trying to say is that it's not your fault.
It doesn't matter whose fault it is. I don't want to be the greatest smith alive just because I happen to be the last. Clive. Dravozd won't last long without Zone. Do you think it's time we shared Sid's bellows with the world? The way I see it.
Hold on, Blackthorn. Sid made those things for us, and you'd be throwing it away.
All right. Do it. This place was your home. I won't abandon it to its fate. Sid's creations were never meant to be hoarded. It was only ever a matter of time before we shared them. Let this be another step on the road to Dravozd, wouldn't you agree, Org?
Well, of course.
Thank you, Clive.
Shall I go and fetch the...
I know I'm off by heart. I'll be needing some help, though. Building a furnace isn't exactly us a favour, and round up anyone strong enough to lug a brick or two.
All right.
And I've got a job for you too, Clive. I need leather for the bellows, and nothing else will withstand the heat. Luckily for us, salamanders feed out in the fields of Karava.
Time for a spot of...
Fly, Ambrosia.
can walk from here. Good girl.
Yeah!
Better already. That's like no chocobo I've ever seen. Something tells me it won't be easily broken. Nice try. There was nothing I could do. Good girl. Let's make this quick, shall we? I dare say that will be enough for a decent set of bellows. I can walk from here.
What's this all about then?
Don't know.
Any trouble finding the skin?
Nothing I couldn't handle.
There should be plenty. Right then, time to put these louds to work. If everyone pulls their weight, we'll be finished in no time.
Well, I'll be damned. I honestly didn't think it'd work. But it's hot enough, all right. And without a single crystal in sight. You know what this means, don't you? I do, yeah. Dravost is saved.
Sorry about earlier. I take back everything I said. That thing you built us is an honest-to-God's marvel. You saved our village.
It's Blackthorn you should be thanking. He oversaw the construction.
Give this to him, would you?
What is it?
Pet Cole's cinders. After he left, I spent years trying to eke the most out of our forges. That there was my answer. Chuck it in the fire, and your forge will burn hotter for longer, which will do wonders for your steel. Our secret for yours. Only fair. I've always envied Blackthorn. Since the day I became chief, I spent every spare moment trying to match up to the bastard. No amount of sleepless nights at the anvil will ever bridge that gap, though. He's a genius. Plain and simple. But he took all his talent and left. Is it any wonder I hate his guts?
The cinders would mean more coming from you.
I need to forgive him first.
Well, you know what they say. Oriflamme weren't built in a day and all that. These things take time. Especially when they involve two geezers who hold grudges tighter than their hammers. But what matters is, Blackthorn's got that twinkle back in his eye. And I'd call that a job well done.
So would I.
I reckon he's going to be at it a while yet, though, so why don't you head off without us? I'll see that the old git gets home safe and sound.
See that you both do. I'll save the cinders till then.
All right. It'll be a nice little surprise for him. He's still explaining the ins and outs of the new forge, so I doubt we'll be going anywhere for a bit. No sense you waiting.
Gentlemen, I see you both made it home in one piece.
Yeah, well, we didn't want to outstay our welcome. The whole village turned out for a go on the bellows after you left. Everyone except Zoltan has.
Oh, but that reminds me.
Pico Cinder? How'd you come by this? And you're sure he wanted me to have it?
I'm sure. He didn't say so, but I think he wants to forgive you.
Huh. Imagine that. Yeah. You know I could never leave this place, don't you? Every time you put on mail, you and the curse breakers are trusting me with your lives. There's no greater honor for a smith than that. I'm not about to go crawling back to Zoltan for forgiveness, but I will make good. And if that helps save even a... What was it you said he called me? Huh? A genius? And he spent sleepless night trying to copy me, did he? Sounds like I better get to work. I've got a reputation to uphold.
It's good to see you back on form, Blackthorn.
I don't know how you pair put up with me sometimes, but I'm grateful all the same. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, about to put Zoltan back in his place.
Ain't got the art to tell him how similar they are.
A little healthy competition.
You're not wrong. It's a shame him and Zoltan. No use. Blackthorn's happy.
What do you want?
happened?
The stew's awfully these days.
What do you expect? Farmers are about...
Come back.
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them. It's a wonder they can still walk.
Heard the bad news then, did you?
What bad news?
About Dravost. Blackthorn's old haunt. With the forge and all that. Well, anyway, the mines just down the road from there are spewing out ether like no one's...
And the village?
Safe from the flood for now, but they've got other problems. Zoltan and the others are living... Doris sent a few curse breakers to keep an eye... If something ain't done soon...
I won't let that happen.
Didn't think you would.
Does Blackthorn know?
I thought it might be better if he didn't. He'd only do something stupid. You reckon we should...
No.
Yeah, well...
Oh, you're here.
So Dravost is still standing. For now, at least.
If you can swing a hammer, you can swing a sword.
I never thought I'd have to. The brass neck of that girl. Everyone's coming together to fight for their lives, and she hasn't lowered her prices a gill.
Good day. Thank you. I have some things for sale. Anything else you don't want? I'll take it off your hands. Anything else you don't want? Thanks. Anything else you don't want? Thanks. Anything else you don't want? I'll take it off your hands. Anything else you don't want? May we meet again.
The brass neck of that girl. Everyone's coming together.
Clive! You're here!
And the Akash...
Mostly off to the north still. But I spoke to Doris' scouts. It told old Snotty to be ready to seal the north gate. That should be enough for the villagers to barricade it.
Well done.
Well... I'd never have guessed, you know. Who'd have thought that the savior of Dravost would be keen to help us out?
I am.
Thought you could sneak off without me. Blackthorn.
Oh.
One of the scouts couldn't keep his voice down. Unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. Zoltan. Long enough for us two to turn into a pair of old codgers, I see.
Then your idea of an apology? Prick.
Don't listen to him. You only did what you thought was best.
But that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, he left it to me. The best blacks... Bloody if someone's got talent, you should let them practice their craft, not ask them to settle petty feuds and barter for grain. Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't a...
So you wasted half of him?
You're what Dravost... Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. So I left to devote myself to the work and spare you lot the consequences. I may be a selfish prick.
What you had to do was...
Even if it meant we all starved?
Enough. You can finish beating each other up once...
Fine. Yeah.
Sorry, Clive. Short enough on... Still... Give us a mo, would you? I need to get my head straight before any of them Akashic try...
Prick or not, I won't abandon Travos to a swarm of Akashic.
Just say the word. The villagers know to keep out of sight when the fighting starts.
You,
We can't afford...
Right you are. Don't want any nasty... Oh, and... Blackthorn?
Akashic...
How close are they?
Within sight of the walls. And they'll wash right over us if we stay out.
Good idea.
Understood.
I'm prepared to fight if I have to.
Well, let's hope you don't. That's our job. Once the scouts are inside, order your men to barricade the gates. No heroic last stands, you hear me? No fighting at all if you can help it.
August's right. I've seen what the people here are tough and willing, but they ain't equipped to face...
I'm going out. Start work on the gate as soon as I've left.
And if they kill you?
You evacuate. But it won't come to that. I promise.
You'd better be right.
Take good care of Drum.
Leave it to me. And...
All right. Which one of you's first? Too slow. Is that it? Apparently not. They're not getting past me. Let's try. Now, the question is, did I miss any?
Man alive! You're still in one piece!
I slew as many as I could.
As many as I could, he says. The old bleeding lot.
Only almost.
Yeah, one or two did try to sneak over the wall.
Good.
In time, yeah. But we can think...
Sid! You're even more fearsome than your reputation. Enough to give those a cashing, but mostly...
I'm afraid of her. There's no getting rid of, meaning that any living thing which stumbles into those mines will end up...
And that's if the flood don't spread. I hate to say it, but the village's days are numbered.
That may be, but with ether floods springing up all over, it's no let. We'll fortify the gates, and I'll see that they're guarded day and night.
All right. Then we'll give you a hand.
As for you, Blackthorn, that's twice you've turned up when Dravos needed you. So...
I shouldn't have stayed away so long. And I shouldn't have left without talking it over with you first.
Too bloody right you shouldn't. I always envied you. You leaving gave me the perfect... And from that day on, I never once stopped to wonder what it would have been like if you'd stayed. You'd have been the death of this place.
Finally. I hope you see the sense of it eventually.
Alive, perhaps. Wealthy even, but... Dravos isn't what it once was. Our work used to be the pride of Dalmekia. Now, we churn out the same rubbish day after day because it's easy and turns a profit. It's not about the craft anymore. I wouldn't send my sons to war wearing the shit most of our smiths are making. I've kept working, honing my skills, trying to lead by example, but the average castle apprentice has as much passion for the craft as our current lot. Come back to us, Blackthorn. I'll even man those bellows of yours if it means we can work at the same...
That's a kind offer. There's people who trust their lives to my steel, and I don't. But that doesn't mean I couldn't visit from time. Let's see if we can't rekindle this town's passion.
I'd like that.
Just be sure to tell Snotty to let me in the next...
I never thought I'd see the day.
I'd say that went pretty well, wouldn't you?
Even better than I'd...
Sid.
And this is?
A token of our lasting gratitude. But I'm of a mind to make you a far grander gift. Designs for a certain sword have been passed down from chief to chief for generations.
Now hold on, Zoltan. There's a reason no one's made that blade in centuries. I'll admit your cinders make impressive steel, and I've learned to hone an edge owed, but the engravings on that thing are enough, and they're not just for show.
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Dravozd in the I knew I'd never surpass you with the hammer and tongs. Between the two of us.
Clive, you wouldn't mind if Zoltan...
As long as he can keep our secret.
Right. Zoltan. Ah, the man himself.
We were just about to make a start on that sword I promised you.
It's funny, but none of this would have been possible. You remember Camille? We'll be using his leather work for the grip. The steel, meanwhile, will be tempered in a fire, burning the cinders you charmed out of old Zolt and that whetstone from the Outer Isles. And the final flourish will be my talent.
A team effort.
No. Right.
To the...
Well, bugger me. We actually did it.
The sword to end all swords. Ragnarok.
It's quite something.
I, trust you'll take good care of it.
Thank you. Both of you.
So, does this make you pair the greatest craftsman alive, then?
This? Nah. This was just following the footsteps. It'll take more, but we're off.
list of materials.
We reckon with those items there, we could...
That's a weapon I'd like to...
I was hoping you...
One legend at a time, mate.
Good eye, no more. What do I owe the honour? And if it hadn't been for you... What's that for you, dear? That it? Fine.
The stews.
surrounded. No holding back. Enough of you, are there? Oh no. You'll pay for this. May still be survivors. Too slow. Whatever that thing is, I'd say it's their leader. Should have stayed in the past. These must be Cyril's colleagues.
You have our thanks.
Who are you?
Ah, forgive me, my lord. I did not recognize you. We are archaeologians, tasked with surveying this site. When the echoes appeared, our brothers here occupied their attentions. Thanks to them, and to you, we were, for a mercy, able to see our duty to its conclusion.
You call that a mercy? Your brothers might still be alive. Surely this survey wasn't worth...
We are charged a duty of the highest import.
And you think your dead brothers would...
I know they would. They gave their lives for the Now, to what do we owe?
Cyril told me of your work here, and I agreed to collect your findings in his stead.
I see. That is most kind. Pray, take them then, with our humble thanks. May the Firebird's flame burn ever in your heart, as it does in ours.
It's one thing to lay down your life for another, but for a survey... I suppose I'd better get this back to Cyril.
Ah, you are returned, my lord.
I collected your colleagues' preliminary findings. Here, take them.
My thanks. I shall study them and inform you forthwith.
Cyril, losses which could have been avoided. Had the others not chosen to complete their work, instead of saving their friends? Were these your orders?
No. This was their choice. Every Undying devotes his life to the service of the Phoenix.
Even when death is of...
My lord, I fear that this is not a point. The Undying have served the Phoenix for countless generations. And your opinion of our method... We live to serve the Phoenix.
Cyril... But allow me to offer you a word of it. It does not further the cause of the Phoenix to have his loyal followers surrender their lives without good reason. Provide your survey parties with an escort, that they might live. Think not only of how you can serve the Phoenix. Please.
I thank you if you will permit me to respond. And we of the Undying will as first shield to the Phoenix.
I do.
Then we are of the same mind.
Good girl. The whole village is turned. Back to the stables, girl. No mistakes. Two down. One to go. Doris should be somewhere nearby. Assuming she's still here.
Ah, Clive. I was just about to send for you. I'd like you to take something to Sir Wade up in Eastpool. Seeds for planting. Thought it was about time they started growing their own food. I'll keep providing them with whatever they... But if Eastpool's going to survive, as of those, they've lived their whole... Small wonder they ain't. And if you're wondering why you... Well, the Wagoneers taking supplies up that way have been coming back with more and more reports of a cat. Sir Wade's putting a brave face on it. But I think even he's starting to worry.
All right.
Thanks, there. That should be enough to keep them in Gazal Greens for a few years at least.
Gazal Greens?
Not the most mouth-watering crop, I'll admit. But they're hard. Better that than something that'll... And chocobos love them too, which is no small thing. When I say they ain't exact...
I'll take you.
Anyway, Sir Wade, I'll go up there.
I'm sure you...
Just because the heavens have gone to rack and ruin, we have to.
Nearly done.
I've got greens of all shapes and
Looking for shelf
sizes.
set out, are you?
Colours too.
Come on inside, I'll introduce you to Martha.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
It's been a pleasure, Doris. Just like old times.
I'll give your offer some thought, my lady.
How goes the investigation?
Sid, what brings you to Martha's Rest?
You. I heard you were out here on your own, tracking our slaver. I trust you're being careful.
Of course. And it had to be me. The bearers from the Dragon's Eyrie confirmed a long-held suspicion of mine that the slaver we've been tracking is an old acquaintance. She's no fool. If we'd come in force, she would have spotted us straight away, and then vanished without a trace.
That was her just now, wasn't it? So, was it a fruitful reunion?
I'd say so. She tried to recruit me. Seems her time in Rosaria is coming to an end. She's abducted bearers from across the region and is looking to smuggle them back into Sambrec. After her brush with those beastmen on the road to Northreach, she hired herself an Imperial escort, which she wants me to join. She's dangerous, Sid, but I think I can stop her.
Then I'm going with you. I'll take care of the escort. You can see the bearers to safety. Where are they?
The Baum Archers, soon to break camp. You go on ahead. I'll follow once I've sent word back to the hideaway. She asked me to join her at the Baum Archers. It's a wonder she still trusts me after everything that happened.
Ah, Lord Rossfield. What brings you to Eastpool?
A delivery from Martha.
These are Gizal green seeds. Martha's keen to... I jest, of course, but they'd long since...
Martha was hoping he might be able to show the bearers so that they'll be able to fend...
That's... These bearers had only recently escaped their bond. They know little of freedom. Unless we teach them how to live like free men, I fear that all we have achieved in bringing them here is to exchange one master. Not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example to them so far. Subsisting almost entirely, it's about time we all started to provide. Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy of late to focus on much besides bolstering our defenses.
The Horde! They're coming, so wait.
Time, gather.
Yes.
The Horde.
We don't know precisely.
What if
you mean...
So
You're right, my lord. I will... My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter. To serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will. A home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for. Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place, Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and women?
What are you doing?
All right. Give me a sword. I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together. For Eastpool!
For Eastpool!
Thank you, Martha.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
Well, if it was numbers you were lacking...
Thanks to you.
Me?
Lord Rossfield, my late...
So what's the plan?
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments, each made up of guardians, bearers, and guards from the rest. These will position themselves at strategic points around the village. Upon engaging with the Akashic, each detachment will keep the creatures occupied as best they can.
You're going to lure them into the village?
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded, so injuries must be avoided at all costs. By coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers, we will aim to have the swarm converge at, with luck, point will be the village square. And for you and I to...
A sound plan, but one that'll require a leader with a cool... I'd say you have both in abundance, Sir Wade. Please, leave the...
Ha! And let you have...
Sir Wade!
Then you know what you must do. We work together, each shielding the other for Rosaria.
For Rosaria!
We've no time to argue, my lord. I'll do as you ask.
And I will do as you ask.
Suppose we'd better do our bit too, then, eh?
Right you are, Martha.
The calm before the storm. And here it comes. I will not let this village fall. Nice try.
Farewell.
Looks like that's the last of them.
Lord Rossfield! Change of plan!
What is it?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic curl's been sighted on Rhiannon's ride and is headed in their direction.
Well, the better half of her guard is here. So wait, how many Akashic remain in East Pool?
Hard to say. My men are still facing some resistance, but I think I could order a
No. You stay here too, so I'll go after them. Join me only when East...
If you're may the found...
Not here. Come on. That's better. Right. There it is. With me, Torgal. All right. Back to East Pool.
Lord Rossfield, the curl, is it?
It's dead.
Thank the Founder. We were able to eradicate the rest. I have guardians posted around the... I hesitate.
I think it...
We saved... Thank you.
No, you brought us together.
We never... But now... But there's... We have... And we... This is...
They'll come on.
This bit...
They're not slaves anymore.
No. They're Rosarians. Your father took pity on the bearer's plight, and I believe if he were still with us today, this is what he would have wanted.
I believe you might be right.
I shall remain here, my lord, and do what I can to help rebuild the village. After all, this is my home now, too.
I think you'll find it's East Pudlian, Sir Wade. But you should be proud. I'll have to pull my weight, too. Can't have the rest getting outclassed. Speaking of which, I ought to be...
Can we continue to count on your support, Martha?
Of course. Us Rosarians have got...
Indeed we...
And Clive, come by the Golden Stable. I ain't paid you for...
All right.
Lord Rossfield, clearing the goblins from the... There's one sight that I shall never forget. Since that day, there have been more than a few times when the odds seemed, but every time to be a know that...
So wait, you have all... I know that East and indeed...
Thank you. I know the rest of...
The hero returns. It's lucky you came by when you did, eh? Not only did my seeds get delivered, but you went and saved Eastpool and all.
I just did what I could.
And it's only right that you get rewarded for it. Take it before I change my mind.
Thank you, Martha.
So, Eastpool's finally back on its feet again. And a home to free bearers. Who'd have thought?
Well, it was your...
I know that, but... Though I suppose, you know, bearers living free. Oh, there's that...
I take it you didn't know.
Well, if you really want to know. In fact, that's how I met him. He showed up at the stables one day, asking questions. Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a hunt, poking around in their innards. Something on me. I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up. But something before I knew it, the cheeky arse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all wrong. Told me I was giving them relief, but not freedom. That my bearers got right under my skin, it did. Told him if he didn't... And you know what he did? And then I did the same. We made a pact that...
And you were?
Well, we both wanted the same thing, just like your dad. Do you know I was born right around the time Elwyn became Archduke? Growing up, I saw how he tried to change things. He certainly didn't lack...
Indeed, for the loftier one's ambitions. Which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps need to finish...
Suppose you're... And if we don't manage it, good thing we've got a few half... It's all... Anyway, better get back to work. The least the folks who saved Eastpool...
That sounds like... Ready, go?
Yeah!
Time to fight. Good. They haven't broken camp yet. How did Doris come to know a slaver, I wonder?
We've waited long enough. She's not coming. Ready?
Back to civilization.
With all haste. Lest any of you... I presume your men are ready. We've suffered too many delays as it is. Any more...
Yes.
Oh, it appears we have company. Kill him.
You're welcome to try. So much for your escort.
You'll forgive me for not avenging my men. I'm not the swordswoman I used to be. I surrender. Do with me as you wish, Sid the Outlaw.
Sid!
Ah, Doris. I take it you're not here to rescue me from our brooding renegade? You know, I always wondered where you'd vanished to. But casting your lot with this criminal of all people...
Better fighting for a cause than killing for coin. I'm sorry, Sid. I should have told you sooner. This woman, my former master, once trained bearer children. She raised me like a daughter. And I did terrible things to earn her favor.
It wasn't all terrible. You were always so eager to learn. And had such clever hands. But you... How about it, my little...
I never swore my blade to you. To liberate the bearers of this farewell, master.
You always were. Perhaps that's the reason...
What do you want to do with her?
I am not the killer she wanted me, and she no longer has friends in high places. The dame does, though. Her connection...
All right.
I am. And thank you for everything.
And I should head back to the hideaway and put Cole's mind...
Welcome back, Sid. Doris's message just arrived. I hear you saved more bearers from being smuggled across the border.
With any luck, they'll be joining us in the hideaway shortly. Oh, and your letter. You don't need to worry about Doris anymore.
I'd been hoping as much. She mentioned one or two things in her report. So the slaver we'd been chasing all these months was her former master. Wish I'd known. She's been arrested, by the way, over in Sambrek. Went quiet. She won't be getting off lightly. The Empire may have no love for bearers. Can't have been easy for Doc.
I'm sure it wasn't.
I hope so. You had quite the past yourself. Anyway.
Keep up the... Good girl.
Yeah!
Been just any more Volcanis. Right then. is definitely anything but ordinary. Now,
Sid, I, can't help...
here. What an amazing specimen. The flesh positively throbs with vitality.
If I can successfully graft this to the Morganbeards... when? It is just as I hoped. Witness how the Morganbeards have taken to the blighted soil. Why, I did.
I'm glad.
I took you...
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
Those things I said before about not being able to fight.
Oh, Clive. What am I to do? My wards and I may soon be without her.
What's happened?
The High Cardinal has descended from his lofty throne.
The High Cardinal?
Leader of the Council of Elders. Second only to his Radiance at the head of the Imperial government. Not that any of those things still exist. Now he goes by his noble title.
And what does he want with Northreach?
He wants to transform it, a foundation upon which he's already secured the support of...
He would rob the pop...
Believe me.
What does Captain Philippe make it when the town was under...
How? A man whose stated aim is to revive the Empire Philippe's comrades swore to serve. The captain can offer them a regular supply of gruel. No. But given the mood of... would they... and... what?
I'll see... Tell me.
Oh.
All right.
The fact that the soldiers trust you may well carry...
I may have met this duke before. At the Remembrance ceremony. Let's hope I didn't make a strong impression.
It's heartening to see that the Guard have rediscovered their purpose. I just hope they don't do anything stupid.
Halt! Oh, sorry about that. You got some business with the captain?
No, actually. I was hoping I might be able to...
We're under orders not to let any civilians... But you should be all right. Here's that. Wait here.
So, you are the sellsword who lent his aid to the garrison. The Empire and I... tell me...
Neither, Your Eminence.
With Caer Norvent as her citadel. Once we have seen to the refortification of both the town and the castle, we need only build a wall around both to create a city that would be the envy of the twins. Plans are already underway for the construction. Soon enough, these thralls shall learn that they are no match for the might of Sanbreque.
I fear you underestimate how dangerous these creatures are, Your Eminence. Should they return in force, you will need all the people of Northreach to come together in defense of the town. Something they may be loath to do if they've been deprived of their worldly goods.
The people will do if Sanbreque is to one whose or that is why this so that any man who wishes to join the army might do so.
I suspect they're afraid.
Precisely. The common folk have little and less, and you mean to deprive them of even that. You would sow the seeds of your new empire.
Sabine.
Yes, and I told you then how putting the empire before her citizens would lead only to revolt.
Without an empire...
And in yours, there will be only beggars. Is that what Grieg...
Do not take her name in vain.
I'll come back later. The citizens... I wonder what the people really... It wouldn't hurt to ask. Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall.
Welcome.
You've a keen eye.
I've been hearing a lot of talk about a certain duke.
Nothing good, I'll wager. Going around acting like he owns the place. And with hardly a word to the dame. This is her town, not his.
I take it you'd rather she was in charge.
As far as I'm concerned, she still is. Just need his eminence to sod off back to Oriflamme.
I heard the dame got an icon to rid the meadows of those...
A question, if you don't mind. What do you think of the Duke of Oriflamme?
Don't get me started. You build a life for yourself somewhere, only for some noble to turn up and tell you got to hand it all over to him. If he thinks his name and his chains give him the right to empty our purses, he's in for a rude awakening. We'll do whatever it takes to keep what's ours. Whatever it takes. If he comes calling, the only thing I'm giving the Duke of
All right there. What is it you're...
Just your opinion. I wondered what you thought.
Not much. It's thanks to nobles like him that we had to set up shop this side of the wall in the first place. Couldn't have the rabble getting any closer to the holy capital, could they? And now he's trying to drive us out completely, threatening to take... If the dame said she wanted him run out of town, I'd be straight through that checkpoint, tar bucket in hand.
Well, the people seem united enough. What about the soldiers?
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
You. You're the one who's talking to His Eminence.
On the dame's behalf, yes. I was trying to persuade him not to take the people's goodwill for granted, but it seems my words fell on deaf ears. What do you think of his plans?
I'm a soldier, mate. He tells... Listen, I've got nothing but respect for the Dame. That's where my loyalties lie, not with the town or the Empire. If the Duke can get us some men and the equipment we need to fight off... I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the Dame. But I'm with the Duke on this one.
As long as you remain, the Vale will see to your needs.
I hear the Duke of Oriflamme plans to turn this town into some sort of fortress. Do you think that's a good idea?
It's not for me to say. All I know is that unless the Emperor orders me otherwise, His Eminence's word is law. Look, no one likes all these taxes and tariffs, but empires don't come for free. Once Sanbreque is back on her feet, we'll all reap the benefits.
Sabine, you are embarrassing.
Excuse me, do you have a moment? I wondered if you'd mind
Well, I mean, look around us. The traders might not like having the screws put on them, but if they volunteered a few more of their hard-earned gil before things got bad, maybe they wouldn't have to. I think the Duke's got a point when he says rebuilding the Empire's the best. And if that means people who don't know one end of a sword from another have to make way for those who do, well...
Let's see what Philippe makes of all this. Captain, do you have a moment?
For you? Certainly. Clive, wasn't it? Thank you for last time. How can I help you?
I wanted to ask you about the Duke of Oriflamme. Do you intend to go along with his plan?
But to tell you the truth, I'm in two minds. It's my sworn duty as a captain of the Imperial Army to obey his orders. But I can't say I agree with it.
Philippe, I remember you saying that you became a soldier.
That's right.
Well, she doesn't agree with it.
Thank you, Clive. Protecting the people I love. Well, gee, thanks again.
It seems Philippe wants to do the right thing at least. I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that, if nothing else.
Ah, Clive, were you able to...
I was.
Well, though I doubt it will come as much consolation to the townspeople whose worldly goods are... They deserve to be heard, Clive.
Sadly, His Eminence values their obedience more than their opinions, and hopes to reassert the authority of the state. I fear he sees the people as mere pawns on his chessboard to be sacrificed for the greater good. Needless to say, they themselves are of a different opinion, and would rather their destinies were in your hands. The soldiers, meanwhile, are content to follow their orders. And not just because of the Duke's rank, but because of his vision.
I thought as much. Had I sworn to protect Sanbreque, I dare say I too would want nothing more than to see it rise from the ashes. Thank you for trying. But the battle is lost.
I don't know about that.
What happened to your uniform?
I handed it in. I told the lads I wished them well, but that I owe it. Because I realised what really matters, not following some nobleman's orders for protecting. I honestly don't know when those monsters will, but I'm certain they're not finished. And when they do come back, we need to stand with you to lead us, my lady. It was you who finally convinced. There's no point following orders if they go against everything you believe.
Indeed.
Oliver, that has always been North. We have only to turn our attentions to the true enemy. Thank you, Philippe, for
Anything for you. Speaking of standing together, Would you mind if I borrowed a few of the lads from the Vale to help keep watch around the town? I fear His Eminence has loftier tasks in mind for the guard.
Not at all.
Wouldn't be the first.
There may be hope for Northreach yet, especially with men like you. I, for my part, shall continue to work upon the Duke, in the stubborn belief. But I suspect I shall have to call up until then.
Until then? Good girl.
Faster!
Rodrigo could have mentioned his spiders would be the size of curls. Too slow. Nice try. Hopefully one won't be enough. What? Rige will have prepared the other ingredients by now.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Straight home now. That's all of them. Owain can uncross his toes now.
Ah, sir.
Good, thanks.
That's brilliant! Thanks a blimmin' million! I'll fit 'em to the smelter right away! May I present to you the Telemon Furnace! Ain't bad, is she?
She's a beauty.
You saved my beacon again, Sid! And
It's fun.
Oh, don't say that.
You could just...
How about that clasp? Looks a bit stiff. And I reckon I know how. It's a...
Stretch.
Ah. So, what do you reckon?
Thank you, Owain.
Shh. And I wanted to get some practice in using that metal anyway. Reckon we'll have... Can't think of any right now, but... That's maybe even out one day, the whole...
They'll hardly...
Right then.
Your work here is done.
Come back.
I was wondering when next you'd visit. I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before. Now this, I believe you will find most interesting. What subject shall we consider today? door to the shelves shall ever be open.
Mid said I could ride the Enterprise next. No, she didn't. She said I could.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of Pepio nuts and all.
These days.
Yep. So, what'll it be? Anything else?
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them. It's a wonder they can still walk.
How may I help you today, Clive? All yours. Come again. I may have more for you.